What's going on, people? It's your boy, Poster Boy, and today I'm going to talk about imposter syndrome. Now, I didn't actually know that there were different types of imposter syndrome. I thought it was probably the one that I'm going to say first, which was someone who feels like they don't belong, or someone who doubts themselves in a certain situation, um, certain environment. That's what I knew or thought imposter syndrome was. And it is a type of mental health because your mind is making you think that you're not good enough or you don't belong, um, or just doubt yourself in general. So that's the one that I kind of am more familiar with. And it's something that I think a lot of people suffer from. And it's probably very, very common amongst so many people. And I think for young people coming out of school, college, etc., going into the workplace, you would, I can imagine that they probably would be feeling the the imposter syndrome to some degree. It's going to be difficult if you've ever moved countries, or maybe if you've done a big achievement. You might be a case of you've done something like really special in terms of um, you got a big job promotion, or you just got a big job, or you've signed a professional contract in sports, and you're then in a different world than you're probably used to. So that's the most common version of imposter syndrome. But as you can see, there are other versions. So I'm just going to go through them quickly. So the first one that they said is the perfectionist, always looking for things to do perfectly. Um, Slight errors are considered failures, which lead to the feeling of shame and guilt. Now, I, f- I feel like I know a few people that have this. They're just always critical of themselves. They always want to be perfect. A small error, and you can see their whole body language, their whole mentality changes. And it's like they have to be perfect. They have to look perfect. They have to do everything perfectly. And if it's not perfect to what they consider perfect, then it's kalas. They have to do it again, or they're going to have to do it perfectly the next time they do it. So yeah, that's the first one. The next one is the expert seeks to know everything in the face of even the slightest lack of knowledge about something, and they feel like they're a failure. And again, I think with social media, there's a lot of people like this who feel like they need to know everything, or they know everything. And I think I'm one of those people. I think I know everything. If you give me a subject, to be honest, I feel like I would say if I don't know something, but if I feel like I know something, I'm going to give you my expert opinion on it, and that's going to be uh, it's going to be a good debate, I would say, in terms of that. But with this one, the expert, I think this is probably one that I've suffered from a lot. But what I've learned to do is actually just be quiet and listen. Like, you don't have to know everything. And I feel like it's a bit of a defense mechanism to want to be the expert. Like, but who cares if you're expert in what? Just be an expert in looking after your family, uh, love and understanding, or making money, stuff like that. Be an expert in cooking. Be an expert in cooking. Um, the next one that we have, which I've skipped one, is the superhero. Now, to superhero, success is based on how many different roles they can play: parent, partner, boss. If they can't play them all perfectly, they feel like they're a fraud. Now, with this one, how many people, I think a lot of men would have this superhero complex. Is it an imposter syndrome? Maybe, but I think going back to a video I've done previously about burnout, I can imagine that this would cause burnout. Because if you're trying to be superhero, you're trying to be jack of all trades, you're a parent. It's not like you're trying to, you just have to. You're a parent, you're a boss, you work, you have a life, and you're trying to do many different things at once. I can see why this might cause you some stress if you're trying to be the superhero and save everyone. And to be honest, I feel like I had this as well to some degree because I'm the oldest of my brothers and sisters. And I think sometimes I try and be their parent and I'm not their parent. I'm their brother. So tell me what you think about that one. That one's an interesting one. The other one that we've got is the natural genius. Now expect to meet high goals quickly and effortlessly. When things get difficult, they feel very ashamed. I don't think I've ever had this feeling. Yes, I want to get to high goals. Yes, I want to do them quickly and effortlessly. But if it doesn't, if it gets difficult or it doesn't go my way, I don't feel ashamed. So that's an interesting one. Let me know if you have ever suffered or thought like that in terms of the natural genius. The other one is the soloist. Needs to do everything alone without help from anyone. Interprets needing help as a sign of their weakness and failure. I get this, and I think this is more for people who may have been let down in their past. So now they're just like, you know what, I'll just do it myself. I'll just do it myself because I can't depend on anyone else and I can depend on myself. But then if it doesn't work out or they don't do it, they don't achieve what they want to do on their own, they then feel weak, that weakness, that failure, that feeling of they're not good enough. So that one could be a hard one. Once you get your mindset into that, that can be a hard one. And I think that happens with relationships a lot. People get into mindsets where they're like, fuck it, I'll just be on my own now. I don't need a woman, I don't need a man, I'll just be on my own. And this can be quite a toxic mindset. But again, let me know what you think. I think it's an interesting concept. But I've definitely had been a few of these people, if not all of them, at some point or to some degree. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. Until next time, peace.